being a native Hawaiian, there's a responsibility of how we carry ourselves, how we live our lives. And there are certain things that I want to instill in my kids before either of us go. I don't know, I was just always drawing. I never took tattooing seriously when I first started tattooing. It was just practicing on my friends with cheap stuff from some website that would sell to anybody. I don't know, I guess I was always intrigued by tattoos. When you see some like uncles, Hawaiians with tattoos, other Polynesians, it was just always a part of our culture. I guess that's what, caught my eye, but I was always drawing, always an artist, and then it just kind of developed into tattoo patterns, Polynesian tattooing patterns, and it kind of just took off from there.
Right, I had this saran wrap for like since we lived in the valley.
Hawaiian culture is more of they tattoo for spiritual protection. They also represent different akua, different gods that make up Hawaiian culture. Even within the different cultures that make up Polynesia, they all kind of tattooed for different reasons, whether it was like rite of passage or spiritual protection, an event that happened. There's so many meanings behind one design. Just like in Hawaiian language, there's so many meanings behind one word. So many out there now that they don't really take it too important. They don't really see that there's something bigger than us that's a part of this tattooing. Even in modernized Polynesian tattooing, they just kind of respect our culture, our way of life, and the way we see things, and ask them that if somebody asks them about their tattoo, they can give them a little brief history of the tattooing and the culture itself.
45.
Still ghetto.
Yeah.
Check you out and your 25-year-old attitude. Yeah, just kind of like she told me she wanted like some Lahala mat. Lahala is like, kind of represents togetherness, family. So, but yeah, and it just kind of, like I said, it's with contemporary Polynesian tattooing, we just go for what's aesthetically pleasing. So, but keeping the same mana'o, same thought.
I mean, it's scary even being a sole provider for my family, and with the cost of living and the cost of this place that I am now, definitely took a giant leap of faith in myself. At the same time, it's like, fuck it. It is what it is. Like, I'm not gonna know unless you just jump right in and just do it. But yeah, my dad was right there with me. We demoed this whole place. It looks nothing like it did when we first got it. Yeah, it was a lot of time. And I was trying to tattoo and take care of my appointments in between. So we had to stop construction a couple times because of plumbing issues, and came in here one day and the floor was flooded. Ran into a few obstacles, so that came through, and yeah, it is what it is. To me, this is the best place in the world. And this is just where I wanted to raise my kids, to know the culture and the lifestyle is a lot different from anywhere else in the world. Being a native Hawaiian bloodline, there's a responsibility, kuleana is what we call it, of how we carry ourselves, how we live our lives, a cultural responsibility. We're endangered species, so it's to me it's a special thing. In Hawaii, to run a small business, I mean, you just got to work hard because the cost of living, like I said, the cost of living, the cost of real estate, everything is expensive. So it's like your production has to be on point. you want to stand out from the rest. Even just business-wise, I guess, just to pay bills, you need more business, more people to come in. It's pretty tough. I mean, running, yeah, since I've worked here, I mean, most of the time since my kids were born, it was well off enough to kind of be in control, work less hours and spend more time with them. Whereas now, being here, owning my own shop, I work a little more, kind of sacrificing time away from them right now until I really get everything back into the flow. Yeah, it's a little tough. Holomua is moving forward. I went through a bunch of names before I picked that Holomua, which is to move forward. Moving forward, my thoughts, my mana'o. This is something that, like I said, was a long time coming. I knew I wanted to open a shop, and it's time to move forward. My perspective on it is modern tattooing. Like I said, I'm more of a contemporary Polynesian tattoo artist. I don't use traditional technique. I use modern machines. The way I compose my Polynesian style tattoos, like I said, are still kind of based off of traditional patterns or meaning, but I put my own little twist and bend on it. So yeah, and that's what a lot of my clientele come to me for, is the more of a Polynesian style tattooing. I'm moving forward into the future, but with my back turned to the future, concentrating what happened in the past, what is left from behind, not only from upbringing or family or friends, but also farther than that, what ancestors, what they did and what they sacrificed so that I could be alive in this day and age. What can I do? What can I learn from that for the future of like my kids can have a better foundation? I guess that's another translation for its progression, but still with our eyes and our thoughts on the past. Because to know your future is to know your past, where you come from.